Hey, everybody, and welcome in episode number 3 of All the Roads Lead to ECS. Hey, folks. Hey, Aris. Hey, Mustafa.
All the roads lead to Düsseldorf, Germany this year. And thank you very much. Hey, Mustafa, what did you guys, we haven't seen each other for a few weeks. What have you been up to?
Well, actually, we've seen each other last year.
Yeah, that's correct.
It sounds so excessive, like so huge, like last year.
This was a dad joke. This was totally a dad joke.
Absolutely.
Right?
I'm here the whole week.
Okay. Right. Mustafa, yourself?
There has been a little break just before the year ended, and things are picking up now. Doing two couple of different jobs kind of doesn't help, and things speeding up for the event. Things are getting excited. This week is kind of been. It has a feeling that it's been going for like forever. I have a feeling that this week started last year or something. But
Last time when we saw Valdek, you mean?
yeah, exactly.
It's a Monday.
Today we have Amit Svarzenberg from Microsoft for Startups as a guest, and we are actually very excited about it. I will tell you a few of my personal reasons for that. And Microsoft for Startups is partner of ECS for the second year now, and we loved how it worked the last year. We are going to even to increase stuff this year. But leaving that aside, Amit, welcome.
Hey, nice to be here.
Can you tell us a few words now a bit about you first? Because this webcast/podcast is always primarily about the people, and then we say what you do, but it's always about the people for the first. So just can you tell us a bit more about yourself?
Sure. So I have two hats. One is I'm an AI teacher at the university, and the second one is my day job at Microsoft, working with founders, top founders from top accelerators and VCs. And then I'm 41. I have two kids. That's me in a nutshell.
41. I was that 10 years ago. Forget it. That was not the point of this talk.
And we can
All right.
tell.
Nice, Mustafa. Thank you for that.
I had to. I just.
Of course,
That was
of course
too
you
easy.
did. Before I pass this to Amit, and Amit basically gave me the opener with the day job, night job. A lot of our friends and attendees and people from community know that for Mustafa and me, ECS, we love ECS. We do it with passionate, but this is not our day job. Our day job is a company called Run Events, which is basically developing a product on event management, the whole event management platform and suite. And what I very often say in my sessions when people ask me about Run Events is our incredibly positive experience with Microsoft for Startups. Crazy thing is, I didn't even know about that. It happened really by pure chance. My last time we summit that I attended in person was 2009. I met Jeffrey Ma. And Ma basically told me about all this, what they are preparing and what they are doing. I was like, and I already had in my head what we are going to do, both with Run Events and with Corto. I was like, give me a year. And we did talk a year later. I did talk to Ma about that. And we have been in program for 2 years now. I don't want to make this as a Run Events promo show, but I can just say before I pass this now to Amit, if you qualify, if you think that if you have a great startup idea, if you're just starting, look at what Microsoft for Startup does. Because for us, it has been a stellar experience, and I do always recommend it to other people. And I know that's not only about us. Amit, just in preparation for this conversation, you just managed crazy companies. Go on. You go now.
I do want to talk about you because you know what I like about our program? You have a dream, you want to build a startup, and then you don't have funding at first, and it costs a lot of money, and maybe you want to use OpenAI or whatever, or cloud, and then someone from like this giant company, Microsoft, come to you and say, please shut up and take my money, kind of. And then 2 years later, someone from Microsoft for Startup getting an invite to the event run by Run Events, which is an amazing software, which I use just to register to the event that we are speaking of. And it was a very smooth experience. And we enabled us, it's all about us, always Microsoft, it's all about it. We enabled us going to convention, getting all this, like what we're talking right now, frictionless. And listen, I've been using some other software to run events, and to be honest, for the audience, I didn't get until now that it was your software. It was just so seamlessly working well. Some of you probably registered to the events as attendees or speakers, and it was a show. Okay, uh, I even didn't notice it was your software until now because smooth. This is what software supposed to feel like magic.
You can
Okay.
put now the name.
The next drink is on me. The next drink is on me,
Yeah.
definitely.
So just for the people here, it wasn't like I wasn't. Nobody talked to me before, and I just found out like 2 months ago. And what I like about my work, that I meet those founders with a dream, 2 years, 3 years before they have a software, and then I meet them after they build the software, and sometimes I using it by mistake, like what happened right now, and I feel proud like I actually did something, but they did all the hard work. So yeah, so I really liked like it was a great conversation opening. Like this was the example of what Microsoft is doing for the market. We give credits for you to build your dream. It's hard work. It took them 2 years. Okay, it doesn't take a day, a week. It's a night job. And for some of the people, some are going without a job for a few months. Some are taking FFF money, friends, family, pools money, and whatever. But the work is on you. So what Microsoft can do for you is just say, we'll take for the care for the infra for 4 years. So you still have 2 more years on the program. So sorry, I don't want to promote Microsoft for Startup or run events, but it seems like there is a leak connection.
There is.
And now I'm going to finish in another topic, AI. So
There is, but just leave it where you are, because it's beside saying here take my money, which Microsoft does with this, and there's another point to it. There's a whole other things which Microsoft helps you with, advices with everything. For example, I'm also Microsoft regional director, and I was a part of the mentoring program for the new startups. While running my own startup, I was actually mentoring the other startups. And the whole idea, because a lot of you cannot really expect that everybody has got a technical background, like 4 of us do, that everybody has got an entrepreneurial background, like
none of us.
some of us do. You cannot just assume that. A lot of people have a great idea, and maybe they are not even entrepreneurs or have a technology background, but the idea is great. So what Microsoft is also doing is really, I'm not doing that for over a year now, so maybe I'm assuming too much, but I can tell you for 2 years ago.
The same founder community. Founders Hub is a community for founders. We have Microsoft experts, we have technical experts. We have a lot of benefits.
Doing this kind of
has changed. It's fine.
So doing this kind of mentoring was actually valuable for me as well, to hear what other people are doing, what are their ideas, what are their fears, how they are getting their FFFM money, as Amit just said. It's actually really cool. Now I'm passing back to Amit about AI thingy.
Yeah. So all the magic happens that people can really build amazing startup really quick because of AI, and because of AI agents. Now we are in January. We are going to be in the convention in May, but it's 4 months in this DNA. Probably there are going to be a spaceship agents with time machine. Like it's moving so fast that everything that I'm going to say about agent and AI and the related to startup is going to be non-relevant, and I'm going to sound like my grandmother in 4 months.
We're going to air this show, and we will cut this part out in like 2 weeks. Okay?
Yeah. Just I don't want to be embarrassed, like saying like Open GPT-3 is like the best GPT ever. You know what?
Oh yes, that was 2 weeks ago. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
so
the one that I want to ask you, like you said that you also teach AI at university, right?
yeah.
How do you see uh, students in your class? Like, how does that change their perception on the technology?
So everything seems so difficult when you are just starting to code. Like I would never be able to build this. And you can take 1 hour of their time and now just build an amazing piece of software. It can be, I really like that we started, it's like the iPhone. You know,
Mhm.
when there was an iPhone at the beginning, there was an app that they did sound like a fart, and everybody had this application, and everybody thought that this is iPhone. You have one application with doing some stupid joke, and I see it's like text to text right now. So we started with chatting with application, and it seems like really cool. It can write my emails, and now we're going to the next step. It's just more than one application or one funny gag, and it's going to a multimodality way. What does it mean? You can take your phone and just open on a ChatGPT and press the video and just talk to him about whatever he sees. You can do a fluent conversation with him just by using your audio, and there is an entire world of video generation with Sora or video editing or image creation or whatever. And just take a stone, throw it anywhere in the lake, and there is an ability to build an application in an hour which does one specific vector.
Mhm.
And now combining those Lego pieces together is creating something more amazing. And this is like that time for startups because you have all those Lego pieces on the ground, and most of the people don't understand those Lego pieces are over there. Going back to
Mhm.
the students, so showing them this is you have this Lego piece and this Lego piece and this Lego piece, and in an hour you can build this. Just now combine this, and this, and there is innovation. You see the students like
Yeah, yeah. So, would it be fair to say that you're seeing that AI empowers people to do more, right? Because like they might have these ideas, but they're often stuck like it's too hard. I will never be able to grow programming or whatever it is, or vision recognition, whatever. And there's like now you can do that, right? And do I understand that right? That kind of like the next limiting thing is the ability or the degree to which they can imagine things. Right? Because like now they are
exactly.
empowered to do everything they want, but now they just need to step back. It's like think about all the things and not being blocked by what you think you can because you have this all powerful assistant that can help you do things. Is that fair
But
to
it's
say?
more than that. You're right. But it's like saying like sorry, going back to the iPhone all the time. But it's just like iPhone can only do calls or send messages. You need to say this is what you know. It's very limiting. Okay, but iPhone can do more. And now let's go and talk about AI can do more. And if everybody is talking about agents, like it's the productization of agent, and I will explain in a second what is an AI startup. How do you create a successful AI startup? Uh, but you need to think about now multi-agents. But just before talking about multi-agents, let's talk about what make a startup unique. So until now, everybody was saying data. You need to have your customer data, your own proprietary data, data about whatever, and then feed it to the machine. Now there is a new game in town. It's also you have your own APIs. So for example, you have assistant API which can take code you wrote or someone else wrote and just convert text, audio, video, images into actions. So combining data with APIs, create an
Mhm.
agent. I'll give you an example. If I have a code that I wrote that check stocks on S&P 500, is it a simple code goes into a website and you ask him about Microsoft stock, he bring you the price with the date. Now, in the past, like 2 days ago, a month ago, you had to have a button and you had to write Microsoft, or there was a drop down, you pick Microsoft, and then you pick up the date. And it seems like not very complicated, but in a year from now, it will sound like, wow, there's people actually gone to the TV and clicked on the TV to open it and change the channel.
TXT. You went to teletext page 308.
Exactly.
You had
So
stocks.
now, so if
That's
you
for
are,
you young folks. We didn't have teletext when I was young.
oh really? No, yeah.
They had teletext already in Flintstones.
I'm older than Flintstones.
Yeah, so imagine that now you can just talk to any app and say, what is Microsoft stock did last year? Please compare it to 2 years ago. It's no buttons, and the application know to go into your API, because Assistant API translates text into API. Now let's take a more complicated scenario. Sometimes you created the text which created action to the API, and the text is being created by your data. So if I wrap it all up, they need to understand that they need to build an agent. They don't need to build buttons. They don't need to build.
Right.
And someone need to manage all those agents, all those workers in your application, and then they need to understand multi-agent. All of those sound super complicated, but they are not. It's super easy to build them. You can build an agent in an hour. That's and now combining. So just to refer to your question, it's not just simpler to write application. You also need to amaze the market. What I'm saying right now seems like new, but as we said, in 4 months from now, probably there are going to be agents everywhere. Like Microsoft 365 just announced yesterday there is an agent in Office 365. Okay, so it seems like new, but the new is becoming old very, very soon and very, very fast. And those startups need to run faster than the dinosaurs, which are us, Microsoft. Okay, and all the other S&P 500 companies. So yeah, sorry for the long answer, but
no. I mean, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense, and I guess so. From that dynamic point of view, like things change, things evolve a lot. What are you expecting to get? So you will be attending your first ECS in May, right? Ever?
Yes.
Like you have never been to ECS.
No, but
what are your expectations? Sir, not true.
No, I heard a lot of good stuff. The reason that
you heard things.
You
heard things. The bar is high.
Yeah.
What are you expecting? What are you expecting, and what are you hoping to get out of the event?
So I want to meet wonderful founders in Europe, and what I'm expecting is basically being where the top innovators, top companies are in Europe. And this is innovation happens not just me talking about innovation, is people like Edis building application, or people understanding what is available and getting a lot of bright mind together, just talking about tech, just maybe sometimes doing some connections, can create the next innovation and the next startup, and maybe connection between startup to enterprises, which basically startup wants to sell their product to someone.
To create that spark.
Yeah. So that's the tech talk, the introductions, the connections. That's what I'm expecting.
So with that, right? So on a related note, when people see you at the event, what is the one thing you would like them to ask you?
To ask me? I'll tell you what I want to ask them. I want them to make.
I know what you want to ask them, but
I know. I just
imagine like there's somebody and they see you. You don't see them. You haven't seen them yet. They see you. There's like, oh yeah, that guy. I mean, like he was at the show. What would you like them to like come to you with and ask you?
I know what you are asking, but I will answer this your question, but I want to tell what I want to hear from them. Work on your elevator pitch. If you don't know what you are building in a sentence, you're doing something wrong. Okay, so
basically, you want them to come to you with their elevator pitch.
That's what I'm expecting. But if they want to talk to me, I would really like to hear what they are building. If they want some maybe advice, if I can give any. My specialty is around AI, generative AI, even mixed reality, metaverse. Sorry, they changed the name. And combining, I really like the B2C application, although unfortunately I did a lot of B2B use cases in my life. And so I'm expecting them to ask for an advice and give a good elevator pitch, which takes a line or two. And I'm not just saying it because in my job, I'm meeting so many startups at the beginning of the road, and they don't know how to do it, the good startup become, after 3, 4, 5 months of doing the pitch, know how to do the elevator pitch. So why I'm talking so much about the elevator pitch, you need to understand what's your vision and give clarity about your vision. And if you can say it in a sentence, you already talk to anyone, not just Amit from Microsoft or startup, about what you're doing, because people don't have a lot of attention in those conventions, and they need to get who you are. And I'm just going to finalize with you should read there is an article called "Attention is All You Need." It's basically what made ChatGPT. It's all about transformers. And I'm saying attention is all you need is not just award-winning Nobel Prize article that people need to take attention. Please, attention is super important. And in a convention, you have to grab attention. Sorry that I took your question and
No, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. And I think this is a great thing because at the end of the day, right, whether that's an idea for an app or even an idea that you've got at work, you need to be able to get the message across. And that starts with elevator pitch. Like you can have a novel worth of stuff, but if that first thing doesn't grab your attention.
Also, that's part of speaking of the pitch, part of the startup program that we have at DCS is going to be a competition for the startups, and they're going to be like fast track to
the
program.
That's so cool. I didn't know about it.
Yeah,
I think that's also like a very important message. So all the startups competing will have a pitch, basically, but Amit already talked about giving some pointers, but also being like part of the program afterwards.
What's the price? Because everybody wants to know
actually,
about
direct membership is Microsoft for startups. There are a few smaller prices, but the main price is direct membership in the Microsoft for Startups program. So you don't need to go to all the qualification rounds and.
Really, that's so cool.
I mean, what I'm talking about. There are
fast track
prerequisites you need
program
to
immediately.
We're always adding more. Don't worry. So it's going to be more bureaucracy by my, but you will skip the line. But about competition, okay. Yeah. So we talked about you meet me at the corridor. Now, if you're on a competition, build a POC, okay? Because usually you need to amaze us. Everybody can talk. Talk is cheap. Okay?
Show, don't tell.
Exactly. If you have an elevator pitch and a quick video and the application is just open in the right time for something amazing, it makes that's what makes the difference. Even in competition, you don't have to build a perfect application. You just need to show that you can build. Because so if I'm talking about competition, thank you, Mustafa. It's about elevator pitch, which is basic for competition. The second was amaze us with a demo. It doesn't have to be the perfect demo. It doesn't have to be the final product, but it has to show that you know how to build stuff. So that's for the competition itself.
Can I say so? By the way, this competition is organized by our dear friend and guest of our, not the last, but one before last episode, Lee Stott.
The first episode. Actually, that was the first episode.
The whole competition was Lee's idea. And can I just ask you for a favor? Can we just, for Lee, say together 2 words, computer intelligence, just for Lee.
Sure.
Computer
3,
intelligence.
2, 1.
Computer
intelligence.
This is just for Lee.
And if he is watching, he's a great guy. I really like him, and I hope to see him also in this talk. I know that
he's watching. That we actually can invite all European and not only European startups to contact us, to join us. They can take part in competition. They can also get a small launchpad booth where they can also talk to the attendees. They will be located then in the expo. For this part, last year we had 20 plus startups, and from what I have heard, I have been talking a lot to the winners of the last year's competition, which was the Brand Plane, really a great startup from Italy, and I know that it did wonders for them. So I think we can all just invite them to submit their ideas, maybe to go for Launchpad, to submit for the competition, and see you in Germany, basically.
Yes.
Nobody said that.
No. Listen, Germany is great. I was like, see you in Germany.
So right. Then again, this time we are also 4 people from sitting in 4 different countries. This time we are in Israel, in Germany, in Netherlands, and in Bosnia. It's crazy. I love these people. I love this community, and I love how all this how all this works. Mustafa, will you close this time?
If I need to, yeah.
A lot of things, all the
We're
fish.
sharing Baltic for once, right? Yeah. So thank you, Amit, for the time. It's been an amazing conversation. Thank you for all the information, and really looking forward to actually meeting you for the first time in person in Düsseldorf in May. And for everyone watching, come to the show. It's an amazing experience, and we will all be there. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad, but we will all be there.
And if you got a startup, you are going to get to talk to Amit and to other people from Microsoft for Startups. Use that chance. It's a really
And
good
even
one.
if you don't, even if all you have is an idea, talk to him too, because that idea might turn into something else, and he is the person for you to.
He is the person. He is the person.
Yeah, to like walk you through it and
That's
tell you
me.
like how
That's me.
that idea could become more. Right? I mean, right?
Yeah, and I think that the most important stuff for startup is time, and even I can challenge your idea. I can challenge your numbers. Believe me, I heard all the pitches, and something that I also recommend you to do. Just Bing it. I think there is another search engine somewhere that is more popular than Bing, but I don't remember his name. But just
Copilot?
Bing. Yeah, maybe maybe ChatGPT. I don't remember right now. But just use those search engine to find out if your idea is already exist. You will be surprised to know, like 90% of them are. So this is my
I've got
core
an
tip.
idea, and I will grab you at event. I will find you. I will grab you, and I will try my pitch, and I will see what you think of it.
That's the word.
We have a
I'm
deal.
afraid a bit now, but okay.
Dear people, thank you very much. See you in Germany in only 4 months. Stay well, stay great, and thank you for listening and watching us.
And before that, see you in episode 4.
See you in episode 4 soon
soon.
enough.
See ya, folks.
Watch episode
See you.
4. Is it better?
Bye.
Okay.